6 minutes now past 3 p.m. in Lagos, and there you have it. Found Love by Oduwa. It is the rundown on City 105 on the fam. Still your host. My name is Bimbo. But today comes with a very, very big twist. And right in front of me, I've got a legend, and right next to her, I've got a legend in the making. I mean, this is perfection at its very peak. Lagos, make welcome. I've got Kaffy, and I've got Oduwa right in front of me. You guys are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it was theatrical initially when you guys got here. I was supposed to have Oduwa on the show, and I heard there's Kaffy downstairs. No jokes. It was I was like, okay, what's going on? I had to run to my boss like, hey, there's Kaffy downstairs. I can't kick her out, right? You guys are welcome. How was your trip down here?
It was good. Good. A bit of traffic, but it was good.
Yes. Okay. All right. This is going to be a very good chat. Okay. A very good one. Now,
wait, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You said that I was downstairs and you went to go meet your boss and you want to kick me away. Is it a good feeling or a bad feeling? Or you say, oh my God, why is she here now feeling? Or I'm not prepared. I didn't wear my best Sunday best outfit to meet her yet feeling.
I tell you what, it's a very good feeling. And here's why.
Okay, tell
Look
me.
at it like this. If it was somebody else, it's not going to be a conversation. We don't have an agreement. So we just, I probably don't even come downstairs. He wouldn't come downstairs. So it's a very, very good feeling.
It's a good feeling.
So you've got a lot to learn from her. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
I mean, that is a good reputation over there. I mean, she's downstairs. We don't have a meet and greet, but it's an honor to have her still.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
But that's what's up.
Yes,
That's what's up. So exposure comes in different ways. Now, usually people get exposed by the virtue of what they've read, what they know, or possibly where they've been. Now, this young man over here, you have a lot of places that you've been to. Born in Lagos, raised in Edo. You've spent 16 years in America. That is a lot of exposure. How are you managing that for your music career?
It's been good. It gives me a lot of perspective. Aside from being in so many different places, I've listened to a lot of different music. My playlist is very diverse, from salsa to hip hop to Afrobeats to you name it, alternative music, you name it, birds chirping. Yeah, I listen to a lot of different sound, so that adds to a lot of what you hear in my sound and what I already have out right now and the ones that are to come, which I'm very excited about.
I like that. Now, here's one thing that I will always say. Usually when you meet an artist, right, you tend to ask where they're signed to. Not because it means all that, but you want to know who they are affiliated to.
Yeah.
And that gives an idea of what the person is about. Now, Kaffy, you're an OG in the game. I mean, you've been there, done that. You're a legend. Now, what's stuck out for you for this particular man?
To go straight to the point will be character and vision, because talent has always been one thing that is quite charming and easily, it's very attractive to you. But I've learned the hard way that talent without character it's not going to get you too far. So, and I've been burned by that ideology. But off the conversation we had before, even knowing that it was a musician, was just the character or the personality behind him. And when I got to know why his why for music was what really drove me to say, okay, I align with that. As long as impact is involved, as long as helping humanity is involved, whatever way you want to take this journey, okay, I think mostly it's God. I'll just say that God just said it's time for you to take on this, and that was it. Okay,
I mean, hearing that you have a record label and academy as well, that is a major shift from what we've always known you for. But then again, it's bound to happen. I mean, at some point in your career, you have to, put other people on. So how would you describe the kind of music that you make?
It's very diverse. I would say that's the one word. It's very diverse. So what in this EP that is out right now? So we have your typical Afro beats, but we have the song "Found Love" that you just played. That has some salsa vibes, and that has been taken social media by storm in terms of the challenge that we put out. A lot of people have been responding from all over the world. Actually, you have people from Germany, from Ghana, all over Nigeria. So it's just really cool to see that type of acceptance. But moving forward, you're going to hear a lot more different sound, I would say. So I have some street music, I have some hip hop, Afrobeats alternative, I have some Afro house music, some high life music. So it's a combination of a lot of different things, which spans from me having been in certain different places, and I've exposed myself to a lot of different sounds.
Okay, I like that one. Now, you mentioned salsa,
Yes.
right? And we know that she's known for her dancing.
Yes.
Quite energetic at that.
Yes.
Does that have a role to play in what type of music he drops?
Not at all. I would say that the opportunities that have presented itself on a commercial scale with my work actually does not do justice to the vast knowledge of my capacity as a creative person. Like a lot of people just know to dance more, but I'm more than just that. And when they get to hear the spill of some of the stories of my accomplishments behind that, it's more or less like a few people just to get to know it. So now with Oduwa, it's given more credence to those other parts. So I'm how will I say? I'm a chef. I give me any ingredient, I cook something with it. That's what it is. So as long as the sound is music, and there's an energy and vibe towards it, a direction towards it. I don't necessarily need to be with an artist and turn him to Michael Jackson, but every artist must express his music for people to absorb it. The first person who is supposed to enjoy the food now you. If it doesn't taste good to you on your tongue, why do you want somebody else to eat it?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, that name is quite striking for what it's worth. Now, that name represents a lot, especially to the west in this part of the country.
Yeah.
Oduwa. So is that your actual name?
Yes.
Wow.
So I'm like I told you, I'm an Edo man. Not born and raised. Born in Lagos, Festac. Grew up in Edo, Benin. So the full name is Osagi Oduwa.
Oh.
Yeah. So Oduwa just comes from half of the first name. So that's where Oduwa comes from.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
But, it is part of Lagos. It is part of the west. It
Yeah.
means something else entirely.
Well,
Hope you know that.
Oduwa means
Yeah.
something different, which a lot of people quickly think about when they hear the name. Which I'll take it, right?
Yeah, I think it's a major plus for you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a major
yeah.
plus because the first time a Yoruba person would hear that, they're listening in Yoruba language where you shorten the last vowel and the first vowel for the words, and they say Omodua.
Oduwa.
Do you that like Yoruba people? So definitely, and in this country, tribe, we love we love tribe. So
That's true.
that's a very, very good one. So you have a project, a 3-track project.
Yes.
And it's diverse, like you said. What inspired the entire project as a whole?
The whole project was inspired by God, actually, because the last song that was on that EP, which is Found Love, was the actual beat that my producer had for me. He wanted to gift me a beat, just based on the energy he felt. We had spent a lot of time together in December time because we had a lot of shows that we were doing. We had Worry Again, we had Ali Baba General first concert. So within that time, we really got acquainted. And he said he wanted to give me a beat. And as we were browsing through his catalogs, was when we stumbled upon Made for Me and Ololufe. And then Found Love came after that. So the inspiration literally was a moment type of thing where two people just sat and poured in a beat, and that's just what it was, and it turned out to be a beautiful trilogy.
Okay, now let's talk about Found Love, and now let's talk about the video,
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. That dropped about 3 weeks back.
Yes.
And what was that? Tell me. Just take me through that. I'd like to know.
Well, so it was Valentine's Day. It was actually shot on Valentine's Day.
Oh, great.
So we just thought of a cool concept, something that was interesting. We had the salsa community activated at the time, and we wanted to do something that was very inclusive and spontaneous. I didn't, because we had just planned that maybe a couple days beforehand. We just thought, hey, this would be really cool if we could just do this. We already have these people activated, and we just upped and did it. So it was really fun. It was a really cool project.
Oh, I like it because I'm actually looking at it right now and I'm like, okay, this is actually fun to watch. I saw it the first time and I'm like, okay, it's actually quite creative. Did you have anything to actually do with the video?
Yes, I directed a video, and the one before that, the one before Valentine's Day, which was actually the official. If you check on YouTube,
Yeah.
there's a one before the Valentine's Day one, and that's actually the official content that we're dropping. So our idea was, instead of shooting a major music video, I can do much more with a budget much less, and express a lot more for consumers who would like to see the different I'll say artistic expression of that song. So one of those artistic expression was real life. Real life was happening right when we dropped the song. So it was one thing that we dropped the actual content video, the viral video for Found Love. Then life is happening. Valentine is happening, and a song and a love season. And we got hosted by the Latin community. I just thought about it. We can't waste this content. Right now, if you're in the world of influence in music, entertainment, content is king. Let's produce something that it is. So for me, I'm a creative, so I can direct, I can hold the camera, I can edit, but I have my team, that amazing team that also work with me, that are amazing at lighting and DOPing. So yeah, we came together and we just made that.
But I must really tell you though, it is really bold, especially in the world of today. I love the fact that you are, how am I going to put it? You are a coat of many colors. Let me just express it with that. You can be a lot, and the most important thing I want to take from this conversation is the fact that you can be a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Don't let nobody box you
Yeah.
into nowhere.
Yeah.
And we really love that, honestly.
I think what is important is being a lot can be a lot, but being a lot can be just right when you're a system for the lot that you are. So the being a lot is targeted towards something. Some people are being a lot and they're trying to project so many things with that. So I think what helps it is being an ecosystem for yourself.
And that's fair enough.
Yeah,
being an ecosystem, you can help a whole lot of other branches and, help a whole lot of other people from it. Now, we are in an era where a lot of people refer to today's music as the new school. Now, it's highly engineered and pioneered by the Gen Z, if you know what I mean. But there's a lot of question about Afrobeats and stuff, so there's a lot of hype over that. But you seem to be of a different vision, and we respect that. Is that intentional?
Yes, partly because my producer just sends me a lot of different beats, and I'm able to speak to a lot of different types of music. I think when it comes to Afro beats, there's a lot of ways you can go about it, and it's really, as an artist, you always have to leave room to express yourself in ways that you don't feel boxed in. You have to always give yourself that outlet, because like Dr. Kaffy is saying, and what in her life, she's been the person who has never really fitted in one box. She's always pushing the envelope and trying out something new and excelling at all those things. And I think for every artist, whether you're up and coming, whether you're seasoned, I think it's really important to always stretch your craft and really try to break out of that mode that you built for yourself, that comfort zone that you've built for yourself. And I think me starting off in a space where I'm always ready to test, to try out something new, and that is just by nature, and that is something that you're going to continuously see, because I will continuously evolve, not just as a musician but also as a business person, as a co-owner of a label, as a businessman. So there's a lot of those things that's just a life lesson, I would say.
Fair enough. So this is really going to blow your mind away. It's going to blow her mind away. Now, be honest with me. It's just you and I here right now. You have two options. Just two. Release a record that is a classic. But you will make so much money off it. But it's going to be an evergreen song. Or drop a record today that would only last 2 to 3 months, but it's a monster hit and you make a lot of money from it. Which would you pick?
Ooh, well, to answer that, a little bit of context would be, where am I in my career, right? If I'm a brand new artist, and we're talking about a particular song, then I might go for the instantaneous, just because I'm confident in my ability to come up with something that can be everlasting, that can be that evergreen. But I think the biggest thing is breaking into the market, right? And I think you have different ways you can come off in a very sensational, maybe viral, maybe just viral way, or you could go through someone like Dr. Kaffy, who has the name, who has the brand, and she's very easily recognizable in any front. You can go that route, but I think while the long term is always better, that short term ignite with ignition, if that's really the word, can also help you kind of create that premise for yourself in a way, if that makes sense.
It's the way you chose both for me.
Let me just say that just a political move right there, strategic. It just used your two options to create
he chose both options, bro.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? I'm not gonna catch on to that. I would definitely catch that. So you're picking both.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah. Don't worry. It's
just
totally
enlisted into his journey.
Do you get I completely understand. But I mean, you can have you can actually have both.
Yes.
And
yes.
I mean, with the plan, you should have both.
Absolutely. To have a sustainable career, you need to have some of the ones that sparks the fire, and you need those coal that just consistently burn over time.
And that's fine. So you've gone a journey where a lot of people in the media would refer to, when it comes to penning down, as very clean. Like, it seems like you don't really use a lot of curse words when you sing.
My biggest inspiration, or my biggest thing that I look forward to, is for my kids and my grandkids to be able to listen to my songs, maybe now, maybe when I'm gone, and they will feel comfortable playing the songs for their friends. Maybe I can just feel comfortable playing the songs in front of my children, whether it's a music video, whether it's it's an audio, they should be able to listen to that without feeling like, oh, close your ears, or you can't listen to that, or radio's having to do extra work to blur out some words. Like, that's never been my thing. And I'm very conscious in listening, in what I listen to, and also what I put out, because I have to repeat it over and over and over again in the studios. I'm trying to be, not wreck my subconscious.
And that is quite intentional for us as a label.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very.
I really like that.
Thank you.
Because it's very easy for us.
Yeah.
We don't gotta stress.
Yeah.
On that note, we gotta check out "Made for Me" by Oduwa right now. I mean, this record, the title says everything about it. Right, because you're a guy. I'm not going to call you like that, all right? So I'm just going to play it that way.
City 1051 FM, your number one lifestyle station.
Okay, you're still logged on the City 1051. Make no mistake, you are listening to the hottest show on the planet. Of course, I've got the legend in the making still with me. Don't worry, they're still here. I've got Oduwa, I've got Kaffy as well, and we just checked out, well, Made for Me. Let me say it, yeah. By Oduwa. I mean, what a jam. And again, we got to witness another version of you. Right. I mean, you rapped on this one. Just just a little bit.
Yes.
So why did you choose to go that route on this one?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because while we were recording it, my producer Dre Beast was like, maybe we shouldn't rap on it. But for some reason, I feel very comfortable rapping. I never thought because Afrobeat or music in general is very new to me. Like I said, I've consumed a lot of different sounds, but making music is very new to me. But for some reason, rap comes relatively natural, because I guess I like to talk, so it's just easy to just kind of speak. But rap for that in this position allowed me to kind of convey the message behind the whole music, right? Which was, apologizing for, a wrong that was committed, and just asking for someone to give you a second chance. I just felt this was the best way to go about it.
Fair enough. I mean, perfect. I mean, going back to the days of Olufumi, people would sing, right? Yeah. And they would rap just in the end. I mean, it's good to have a classical vibe, which is what we're getting from your music. Yeah. It's got a classic sound to it.
Yeah.
And that is fair. But for somebody who makes a lot of love songs, let's go there. Let's go there for a minute. Are you seeing anybody? I know you can't see me, but are you seeing anybody?
That's a good question. No, I'm a single man. Yeah, I'm a single man.
Huh?
For right now.
Okay. But Kaffy, do you think as an artist that is a guy that makes music like this, do you think getting in a relationship for him could hinder his journey in the industry?
I really don't believe that. I think that is just a perception that was sold, right? Life is different from life is life. So I don't think I think it's unfair to the life of any man or woman just because they're in the entertainment business to put them in a position that looks like we are pawning them off to a world of fantasy alone, and they can't have the reality of life. So if the reality is they fall in love, you should respect that. Johnny Drill fell in love, celebrated it. It doesn't make him lose female fans. That whole idea of I will lose female fans once I'm married. That concept is even just a myth, because I see when you're married, you guys are even under more pressure because people now see you as grounded. They see you as more reliable to be in a relationship with. And some ladies will be like, good, thank God he's married. At least that is not going to be anything he'll be thinking about with me. Let me just go have fun and get out. So it doesn't really stop anything. So if it's not stopping anything, why should it stop people from venturing in what life throws at them as being with a companion? Because it does get lonely at the top.
It does get lonely. I completely agree. So when it comes to the choice of producers, right? Is it up to you or is it up to the label?
It's kind of one and the same, right? It's really a synergy. And I think so far what we've been able to do, we've been blessed by the people who have come into our space. And that's really why our journey is so different so far, is that the people who are directed our ways are people who are aligned by God. We don't really have to do much vetting. These people come in a way that it's just natural. Upon the first high, it's like, okay, you're supposed to be here. This vibe is clean. But the people who we've worked with so far, T Weezy, Legend, Sudden Smoke, and then Dre, they're just amazing human beings first, right? The music comes secondary. The person, the individual, is who we work with, because that's where the spirit comes from.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's been quite a concise conversation. From the legendary side, and from I'm not gonna call you Gen Z. You're not Gen Z, fam.
I'm not Gen Z.
Nah, you're not. But
wait, why did you just think that?
You're not.
Why?
Trust
why,
me.
why?
I think I've had this dance with a few Gen Zs before. I kind of know what I hear when I hear it, and this is far from it.
Okay.
It's far from it. And I told you this is classical.
Yeah.
No disrespect. We love them. I love them.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's a breath of fresh air for once.
Appreciate that.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
Yes, so we're gonna wrap it up with this. What would be the word of advice that we'll get from you and from her? And I'm pretty sure we'll be getting a 360. One that would take us far, one that would also take us far, and one that would be, powerful. Yeah. So what's gonna be?
Word of advice for just people out there, in the music industry.
Yeah, anything that would help them succeed at what they do.
Yes, consistency is key. Just keep working at whatever you're doing, because at the end of the day, being unique takes a little bit more time to become the mainstream. So continue to stay on your path and creating whatever art that you believe in, and the world will catch up to that. That's just what it comes down to.
Fair. You see, you're not Gen Z.
For me, I would say the greatest hustle you can ever invest in is the hustle of self-development. You cannot produce what you did not grow. And from my own experience, the time I spent trying to validate the worth of who I am by going through a pathway that needed acceptance, understanding, awareness, and economic viability, one of the things it stole from me was the absence of self in trying to seek that validation externally. So when I started investing in my own personal growth and personal acceptance, I grew stronger for the external. From within is without. So I'll say out there, nothing out there can fulfill you more than the growth you put in yourself. Spend more money on yourself than even trying to invest in that business you're not sure of. The best person you are sure of is you. You can only put money in you, and that money is going to grow inside of you. So I'll say personal development is key at all times.
I couldn't agree more. Honestly, those are kind nuggets. And thank you for those words. We should pay you for that.
Yes.
We should pay you for that. And on that note, we get to sign up with a very lovely song again from you, Oduwa. And this, they've told me that, it's a jam. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it. Honestly, thanks for coming on the show again.